I'm not going to rush out and get a new Nexus 7 because I've already got this form factor. I've got the size. I gotta draw the line somewhere. Unless they make it a compelling reason. In which case, damn it, I'm going to get one. We hope you love these. Well, if I have the choice, though, if they announce a new Nexus phone, I will likely get a new Nexus phone because I don't yet have a Nexus phone, and I already have a Nexus tablet. If only because the price point. It was a no-brainer. The $300 price point was right where you get me. The Chromebook, by the way, is coming soon, too. I don't know what's going to get here, but I will be unboxing that live.
What are you doing?
With this new series of products. 764 people seem to agree with me. Thank you, by the way. The 523 who are paying attention, thank you for the likes. In fact, I think we had 100 likes before we even started streaming. Those were like sympathy likes. Yes, Chris, we like you. What about the Nexus 8? We do not know. Will it have the new ports? Yes, it will. If you're talking about the iPad Mini, it will have the Lightning ports. They seem to be really close to wrapping up, assumedly. About almost like a 90-minute series, just shy of 90 minutes with this series of announcements. Pretty exciting. Pre-orders start this Friday, same day that my Surface with Windows NT gets here. Yep, this is about it. I think that's all we're going to hear from today. A good series of announcements: new iMacs, Mac Minis, MacBook Pros, iPads, and the iPad Mini. Wow. Big series of announcements. A pretty cool week. I think a lot of people are going to be comparing that $329 iPad to the $499. That's what they're going to do. Even the
Is that your bed? Huh? You think that's your bed?
all I want is Windows RT. Windows RT is the future. Asynchronous I/O. Sandboxing is inherent in that particular framework. If you want to know the future of Windows, it isn't in the legacy application. Sorry, guys. It's going to be in Windows RT. There's going to be a huge push with Windows RT. I believe it. So that's why. Plus, it was less money. I needed to save money somewhere. 250 euro is how it what it boils down to. New iTunes not yet available. iMac was very thin. I'm just reading some of the comments you guys are leaving. And as I wrap up this live video feed again, thank you for your support. Thank you for sharing this video. We've got other live streams coming in over the next week or so. This Friday, my live Surface tablet unboxing, which if you're not watching this live,
can you say?
Speak. Live. Next Monday,
speak.
Google series of announcements.
Oh.
I will be ordering.
Whoa.
An iPad Mini. I don't know which one. We'll unbox it here on YouTube. Not sure about the other products. Budget and really where it fits into the grand scheme of things here. I haven't been needing to upgrade my desktop for quite some time.
What are you doing?
So I'm not sure about going that route. May very well also be updating to the new Lightning connector iPad and because an iPad. What are you making fun of my air quotes? Oh. So anyway, thank you. It's been great having you here, all 752. Thanks again for the likes. Thanks again for the shares. Thanks again for the comments, questions. We'll see you later.
Hey, Jade. What? You be nice to Jade. You want me petting Jade? Whoa. Whoa. You're as tall as Jade and you're on the ground. Jade's I'm sleepy. Hey. She's gonna get you. Get him, Jade. Get him. I said the magic word. Get it! Get it! Get it! Get it! Oh! Oh! Hey! Cut it out. As they get each other. There's nobody out there. Crazy dogs. Yes, I'm talking about you, crazy dog. Just go on out there. Go on. Jade, go on.
Chris Phil, a football live, Wednesday at 8, exclusively on NFL Network. EA Sports.
It's in the game.
EA Sports, Madden NFL 13.
In the game.
Media and fans hail it as the biggest upgrade in franchise history, and you can get it free with your
Free.
Sports Illustrated. Through this special offer, you can get Madden NFL
This
13.
special offer.
Call or go online now to sioffer.com. Get Madden NFL 13 free.
Free.
You'll also get the bonus DVD, Greatest Super Bowl Moments, and 2 Madden Ultimate Team cards. Unlock the action and boost your team's rating with 2 all-time legends. This package is available only with your paid subscription to Sports Illustrated. These items at retail would cost over $200, but through this amazing offer, just $49.95.
Look at those two doggies.
28 issues of Sports Illustrated, Madden NFL 13, 2 Madden Ultimate Team cards, and the bonus DVD. Don't miss out on our best offer yet. Go online to sioffer.com or call now.
What is he doing?
It's a busy Friday here on NFL Network. Following us, NFL Fantasy Live comes your way at 2 p.m. Eastern. At 4:30, you don't want to miss NFL Films presents Tecmo Super Bowl. Then 2 hours of Around the League Live at 5 Eastern, taking you up until Total Access at 7. Finally at 8.
Getting hungry.
NFC, followed by Playbook AFC at 9 Eastern. Last night, the Tampa Bay Bucks behind a brilliant
Tampa Bay.
running back Doug Martin went into Minnesota and knocked off the Vikings. So what was it really like?
Let's see, what kind of chips do we
And the
have?
exclusive video capturing all the sights and sounds the way the players and coaches saw it. Try now for Thursday Night Live.
Well, let's see. We got sour cream and onion. Barbecue. I guess I'll take some of these. Dogs love these. I can share. I don't need one of those. Have these for a snack later. So, what am I gonna have for lunch? Lunch. Bernie's flowers. Okay, so supposed to be a hamburger in here somewhere. There it is. Cheeseburger in paradise. Thursday Night Raw, really? Isn't that like copyright or something? Which I guess showing that on this video is too, in some form. Even though I don't agree with that, but whatever. Garden House, and Jade's way down there.
Friday, now time for an award-winning caption this. Nicole, you know I'm passionate about this segment. The photo is brilliant, so are the responses. We got Steven Jackson, Kevin Costner, Rams practice in London.
If you run it, they will come. That is pretty funny.
So we got movie dialogue. Costner, I'll put on my Papa's
Costner.
Kevin Costner.
Costner.
Excuse me, are we going to dissect how we on this program?
So what I was trying to do, what was it? Say about man, dependence on fossil fuels. Security. It's a little warm down here.
Brady Quinn, you're one of the Chiefs.
Okay.
Brady, I am.
Go on, Brady Quinn and the Chiefs. Patriots.
The Patriots, they've gone through this process before. This group of guys, I'm going to
Patriots. Come on, the Rams.
Yeah, I'm going to New England too.
I wonder if Kevin Costner will be at that game. Saints and Broncos.
I like the Broncos in this.
Oh, he's on the prowl. He's waiting on Jade to start coming this way, and he's gonna. Oh, Jade's got a. Oh, I think Jade's got a poop. She always turns the circles. How many circles will she turn? Look at her. She's gonna go. Good girl, Jade. Didn't even turn his whole. Well, she kind of walked around, but didn't really turn a circle. One time she turned 27 circles. 27. I'm out there waiting in the cold and the dark. Good girl, Jade. And Goku's gonna pounce. When's he gonna do it? These flies are getting on my nerves. Oh, she sees me. She sees me. Look at those ears. Jade and those big ears. Is her paw up? I can't tell. No, maybe not. Oh, he's getting ready. Look at Goku. Oh, he's a lion. Goku, I think she can see you. Oh, there he goes. So funny. Oh. Yeah, Jade wants in and he wants to play with her. Whoa, she got you, boy. Jade's like, let me in. And Goku's like, let's play. Come on. Hope you didn't get mud everywhere. You got any mud? Huh? You want some water? There's some water. Get some water. Oh, you both go over there and then I guess Goku get a little bit. They're showing this again. Yeah, I mean, it's only one game. Time to go to Sports Center.
27-10 Buccaneers.
Yeah, well executed.
Buccaneers. Sports. This is Sports Center.
10. It's been 10 years since Notre Dame last started the season 8-0. Win tomorrow.
10 years. Notre Dame. I don't really like Notre Dame that much, to be honest.
They went on to finish at 10-3.
I think it's time for lunch. What do I do with that? Oh. Me making lunch. That's progress, maybe. Or dangerous. We'll see. Got a plate out. No, it's not for you. Uh-oh. Leaf rose petals are falling off. No, it's not for you, dogs. One for me, none for you. 1 minute. Cheeseburger. Shit, I mean, it's not a lot to heat up. One little burger. Wagging that nub. Are you wagging that nub? They're like, what is that? It's a camera. Don't get into donuts either. Your mama will be mad at you. I'll be mad at you. Oh, Jade. Jade and Goku. Alright, I do need Notre Dame to beat Oklahoma just because I really don't like Oklahoma. And why are they number 8? God, they're horrible. Jade. Oh. Something smells good, and I might have heated up a little too much. It looks really... It smells good, though. It's really bubbly. Is that song? Now I need a bun. Where are the buns? No. I was about to get the burger off the counter. Got my bun. Look at that. Even folded the bag back up.
Can that really continue to work? I know you have big questions about the starter in the team of the Irish. Yeah, I do have some big questions about Everett Golson. He's a young quarterback who's been in and out of games, especially big games this year. When you look at him against Purdue, a home game for Notre Dame, he was pulled in that game, but Tommy Rees late in the game because of performance.
Yeah, it needs a little sauce, because we know sauce is the boss. Just like I said, the sauce is the boss.
Against a team who tests his defense, put points up on the board against his defense, and force Notre Dame's offense to really score some points. I wonder how is he going to react to this type of an environment, and is he going to be able to complete and finish the game?
And certainly OU has been dominant here at home under Bob Stoops, but recall they have lost 2 of their last 6 at home. Decidedly gone to Stoops like in terms of his tenure. Well, decidedly warmer as we go a little bit farther south for an undefeated matchup, Mississippi State against Alabama. And again, Mississippi State a huge underdog in this game according to the experts. More than 3 touchdowns as an underdog. We don't know how much respect they got in here. What's your biggest question about them?
Well, my biggest question is, can they handle this environment? Of course, they've been playing very well so far. They have a defensive back named Jonathan Banks. He's a slip cover corner. He can take away half a football field if you allow him to, but Alabama's quarterback, A.J. McCarron, he's playing great football right now, managing the game extremely well. He has not thrown an INT yet, no interceptions. He's getting the ball to the hands of the playmakers, taking advantage.
Yeah, I don't think Alabama's going to struggle with Mississippi State. That's just my opinion. Stay away from my burger. Keep your paws off my burger. From what you, Goku. I guess we'll take a cherry Coke. The Coke fridge.
The neutral game right now. Florida has managed to play through this incredibly difficult SEC. But as you look at this one, the first time both teams ranked in this game since 2008, your biggest question as you consider whether Florida can continue to manage their way through this part of the schedule. Well, I think
Go Georgia. Go dog. Go dog.
Georgia's offensive line. The last time we saw Georgia in a big game, it was in Columbia, South Carolina against the
We didn't do very good in big game.
Their offensive line was pretty much manhandled by the Gamecocks' defensive line. Jadeveon Clowney and the rest of that front seven of the Gamecocks, they got after them early, and they kept the pressure on them the whole game. And since that game, they've only played, they had a bye week, and then they played Kentucky. So I don't know if they've had the time to prepare as far as playing a quality opponent to get them ready for the Florida Great Gators defense, who they brought back Dominique Easley and Jelani Jenkins last week. So they've got to be stronger on defense. We heard so much about that freshman running back tandem that now everybody knows as Gershel have not kept up the production. Last couple of games, no touchdowns, just 146 yards combined. Well, here in Norman, the question is whether the Irish can continue their perfect season and get to 8-0 and continue to build on what has been a storybook season so far. Offense versus defense. We're going to have to see when Blake Bell comes into Bell Building whether he can make his way to the end zone. That's it for now from Norman. Throw to the plate is in time. And on the first for the Illinois. Budget up the third baseline. It's going to roll and roll and roll. A fair ball. On the first, the Giants will
No, Jay.
swinging a pop-up, foul territory, first base side. Bell is there and the Giants win it.
Well, let's take a look at the World Series headlines. Writers in both cities.
Halfway
getting
there.
very creative.
That's true.
The San Francisco Chronicle here reading halfway there. The Giants needing just 2 more wins to win the title. The Detroit Free Press, giant headache. And then a head shaker, referring to the Prince Fielder play at home. Our Baseball Tonight crew has made its way from San Francisco to Motown, and that is where we find our Steve Berkey.
Last night we were in San Francisco where Madison Bumgarner's return to form gave the Giants a 2-0 series lead, and now we are here in Detroit, a cold, wet, windy World Series travel day. Baseball Tonight at Comerica Park, where tomorrow night the Tigers, down 2 games to none, will host the Giants in Game 3 of this 108th World Series. Welcome back to Baseball Tonight's continuing coverage here on SportsCenter. Steve Berthiaume, Aaron Boone, and Buster Olney. Guys, a fascinating game last night to sort of let marinate here. It turned on 2 key plays, and let's talk about them. The first one we'll talk about. It came in the 7th, and keep in mind now, situations. That's what makes baseball the best game.
T-bone trading block.
Bases loaded, no outs. We go inside.
I mean, I don't really use them. I don't trade them.
Loaded, no outs.
Well, I
For the
think,
Giants, and the Tigers play the infield back.
and I think the Tigers were absolutely right to play it that. You have to take what the game gives you. If you bring the infield in this situation, the chances of them scoring 2 or more runs in that inning, and it definitely over, it happens. Bring the corners in to cut down the play there. But Infante here, playing in the middle, as soon as that ball takes him to that right, you can make the case that he could have come home to get
He
one
could have
out,
went home
but
and
I
got
think
one
they were
out. That's
to
right.
Go ahead and turn the double play.
And then a
They
double
were
play ends the
conceding
inning.
run, playing against the big inning. They succeeded in that, gave themselves an opportunity. They simply didn't swing the bats.
It was fascinating to watch this game last night in the ESPN trailer. You get Kurt Schilling and Barry Larkin
Should've
and
threw
John
home.
Kruk. And there was a lot of mixed opinion as to what Jim Leyland should have done. The guy sitting next to me, Terry Francona, the manager, said, absolutely, that's what you should do. Jim Leyland said after the game, it was a no-brainer. He said at the end of that inning, when they're trailing 1-0, he said, we got exactly what we wanted from that situation, because he was afraid of having the Giants score 2, 3, 4 runs the way the Detroit offense is struggling.
Yeah, really struggling badly. The 1 run turned out to be the difference. They had a chance, though, guys, earlier in the game to have a big inning. Let's go inside the diamond again. They send Prince Fielder on a double from first base.
Well, I think a couple things happen here. You're struggling
Now,
to score runs, you
was
want
he?
to force the issue, and I think
Barely.
Lamont, as soon as he
I
saw
mean,
the shoulders turn of outfielder
what with these
Greg
people
Blanco,
sliding
he
with
felt
their
like
feet?
Fielder was able to
Their
score. Well, the
front
Giants,
foot
Greg
misses
Blanco
the bag.
gets the ball in quickly, and despite missing the cutoff man, Marco Scutaro in perfect position, gets it, turns quickly, and throws a strike to home plate. Buster Posey does an outstanding job of catching him with one hand, applying the tag. But outstanding execution by an over-aggressive situation early in the ball game, and it may have turned out to be the game.
It was very unusual to hear Jim Leyland basically criticize Gene Lamont after the game. Said, look, it's a little over-aggressive because we haven't been scoring runs.
They are
No,
down
Jay.
2-0 now, the Tigers. They come back home here. They hope for 3, at least 2 certainly. Aaron, what's the mindset here going into Game 3?
Well, at least you're coming home, but first off, the Giants, there's so much pressure, there's so much grind going on mentally in these series that it's almost a relief. There's an exhale. You can kind of give yourself on this day off. As for the Tigers, there's no relief. You want to get back out there and play and right this ship, so to speak. So it's a difficult day for the Tigers. A pretty cool day if you're a Giant.
I'm a member of a media that consistently overreacts, and it was funny last night watching Prince Fielder answer questions like, "You're down 2-0," and they asked him about that play at home plate, and he was asked, if you had to do it all over again, would you have made a different slide? And he looked at him. Here's Prince Fielder, who's been around media his whole life. He said, yeah, I would have flipped to home plate. They're very relaxed, I think, still. They got Miguel Cabrera. They got Prince Fielder. They have 3 great starting pitchers, lineup 3, 4, and 5, but they got to start hitting.
That's for sure. After only 2 hits last night, Game 3 tomorrow night. Ryan Vogelsong for the Giants and Anibal Sanchez for the Tigers. Baseball tonight, continuing World Series coverage all day long. Got to get inside and warm up. Hey, Aaron, some souvenirs.
Well, in an interview with the New York Daily News, Tim Tebow says he does believe one of the reasons the Jets brought him to New York was to help make Mark Sanchez better. If the last couple of weeks are any proof, that plan is working. Now, the team lost in overtime to New England, but Sanchez played well. And his quarterback rating of 96 over the last 2 weeks is the best in the AFC during that span. Sunday, when the Jets host the Dolphins, Sanchez will again be the starting quarterback, meaning he's the better quarterback, right? Well, Tebow was asked that question by the Daily News, and after laughing, he responded, quote, when I'm asked to do something, hopefully, I'm the best person for that job. When he's asked to do something, he'll be the best person for the job. Then the reporter asked, how have you become a better passer if you've only thrown 3 times in 7 games? Tebow's response, because I do good practice and I try to improve and do good on scout team and give our team a look. Work extra, work early. And then he was asked, how do you know if your practice improvement is a true measure of whether you've actually improved if you're not doing it in a game? And then obviously, you have to get into a game, is what Tebow said. So, what says you, offensive coordinator Tony Sparano?
I think I have pretty good feel on how to use them and how to use them best. I mean, I don't think I'm still trying to figure that out. I mean, I was born on a day, but not yesterday. I feel like I have a good answer on how to use them best. And I put them in more in some of those different situations. Sure, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I can't do that. But it's just a feeling that you have during the course of the day. And when you're rolling and you feel that he's, Mark is hot, and you're riding the hot hand at that point.
I'm still trying to figure that out. My time will come. That's the headline. A headline-making interview as well from the New York Daily News. NFL insider Ed Werder joins us. Ed, the trade deadline is this coming Tuesday. Would the Jets consider trading him at this point?
Well, Chris, first of all, what Tony Sparano says is true. He actually could play Tim Tebow a lot more. He could barely play him any less, especially as a passer. His saying that so close to the trading deadline does raise suspicion about whether they're trying to create a market for him. I've been told by people inside the Jets organization that there is no effort to trade Tim Tebow at this point, and there really isn't much of a market. Perhaps only Jacksonville would have any interest. They were interested in acquiring him when the Jets did from the Broncos, and Blaine Gabbert obviously has a shoulder injury, although he's preparing to play this week. I think the Jets feel like, Chris, they have to keep Tebow for at least this full year to justify the commitment that they made, the investment they made in surrendering 2 draft picks to the Broncos to acquire him, and to placate a fan base where he's still pretty popular. The problem with trying to play him more is they would further destabilize Mark Sanchez, who's finally playing well, and the Jets have made a huge investment, obviously, in trying to build his confidence.
All right, Ed Werder's coming back later on to talk about the Giants going to Dallas as well as the injury updates. Thank you, Ed. Bill Polian, 6-time NFL Executive of the Year. So you could figure this out. How would you use Tim Tebow at this point?
Well, I try to find a way to get him on the field a little bit more. And one way you can do it is to use him as a running back. And you can do that in short yardage and goal line, where you have Tim Tebow at the running back position and Mark Sanchez under center. That gives you a power running game, which is what Tebow does in the Wildcat anyway. And it gives you a bootleg and play action game, which is really what Mark Sanchez does best, especially when the tight end is in the game. So I try to get him on the field a little more, and I think short yardage goal line as a running back is a good place to start, and you might find that he takes to it pretty well.
Well, the trade deadline has been moved from week 6 to week 8, and as I said to Ed, that's this coming Tuesday. Should they consider moving him?
No, I would not. I think Ed's right. There's probably not a great market for him out there. But, he's a football player.
What do you want?
All of the noise and the conflict that comes with him loses sight of the fact that he's a really good football player. Whether he's a really good pro quarterback or not is another question. He is a good football player. He plays well on special teams. He is a very good runner. He's a very tough guy. He can block. He's a good person. By all accounts, he prepares very well. You can't get enough good football players. I wouldn't be anxious to get one up.
Should he consider changing positions then?
Well, that's down the road. Right now,
How far down the road?
yeah, perhaps next year, but right now, I think
Change
the Jets
positions. Where are you going to
have
put
to
him?
say to themselves, we've got a good football player here. How best can we use him? How can we get him to contribute more?
All right. I want to change subjects here from TiVo to, well, really the topic Lindsay and I couldn't get enough of this morning. Chris Cooley re-signed by the Washington Redskins following Fred Davis's injury. He tried to negotiate beer as a
into
perk
his
in this new deal he just cut this week.
Wow.
Just a case of beer.
Good for him. God bless him. Let's hire his agent.
Well, beer company did step up and say, I'll give you beer. It was no dice by the Redskins. What's the strangest request you've had and when you're negotiating deals?
Well, I haven't had many. I think I actually did have a player who's now a coach in the league, so I won't use his name. But we closed the deal with a six-pack.
Really?
Yes.
A particular kind?
Jenny, I think. Genesee.
All right. Bill Polian, that's why he's an executive. The best one in the NFL, 6 times over. He's going to be on NFL 32 at 6 Eastern on ESPN, too.
I'm not perfect at all. I'm just like everyone
What?
else. But just for these kids' sake, I would say.
You want a snack?
Try to stay positive.
Derek Rose fighting his way back from injury, but speaking out about bigger issues in the Windy City in our one-on-one conversation. And the NFL heads to its midpoint. Teddy Bruschi is here to look at the league's 11 teams that are above the 500 mark. His hierarchy of superiority.
What is this? Bacon-ette.
Sports Center. T-Bus.
Zero net card. What do you know?
Visit PFUSA.com.
And the ingredients are fried pork skins, salt, yeast, spices, onion powder. Go Dogs! Go Dogs! I'm next.
The Fiat 500 Abarth. You'll never forget the first
This is
time
not a
you see
sponsor.
one. Have a cold, and I took
Just felt like saying that.
Still stopped up.
Truth is, NyQuil doesn't unstuck here.
What?
Alka-Seltzer Plus Liquid Gel speaks relief to your worst cold symptoms, plus has a decongestant for your stuffy nose.
Thanks.
That's the cold truth. Experience unique.
Are the Georgia Bulldogs gonna, hey, are the Georgia Bulldogs gonna beat the Florida Gators?
Including our Big Back ribs and bacon wrapped shrimp. And of course, enjoy.
Are we gonna beat the Gators? Are you Gator haters?
Ruby Food Fat. It's all good here.
Oh, you drooling or something all over the place.
Never seen ridges this deep.
Calm. Small ink.
Buzzing. Must be the Ruffles.
Deeper Ridges, the new Ruffles Ultimate.
Hey.
Like a mean. It's the
Call
AutoZone
commercial for this
Rewards
chips we
card,
have.
and it's free to every AutoZone customer. It's simple. The more you shop at AutoZone, the more rewards you earn. So get your free rewards card today. It's our way of saying
We're rolling.
have you as a customer. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Think you
Are
can
you gonna be
get
good
great
tomorrow?
insurance
Huh?
coverage and a great rate? Think again. Mary switched to Allstate.
Are you gonna be good tomorrow?
$226 on her car insurance.
Okay, you
John
said yes.
switched, got an agent, and saved
You better be good.
$263. Drivers who switched to Allstate saved an average of $375 a year on car insurance. And Allstate will send you 2 bonus checks a year every year you stay accident-free with our safe driving bonus.
When I switched to Allstate, my savings amounted to $436
a year.
When I switched
400.
from my own insurance company to
$36
Allstate,
a
I saved over $800 a year.
Call your local Allstate
No,
agent now
no
and
more.
get
That's
$100
all.
off your deductible the day you sign up with Deductible Rewards, and another $100 off every year you don't have an accident. Down to zero. You'll be dancing
No.
too. Let the
No more.
Good people give you good protection and a great rate. Call your local Allstate agent now for a free quote or find one at 888-ALLSTATE. That's 888-ALLSTATE.
June everywhere.
We got ADT because I walked in on a burglary once. The physical damage was pretty bad. The emotional toll was even worse. Our daughter had nightmares. What that robber really took from us was our peace of mind. With ADT, we got it back.
Every 14.3 seconds, a burglary takes place in the United States. So rely on the fast alarm response of ADT. A single ADT system can help protect you from burglary, fire, and high levels of carbon monoxide. When an alarm is
You gotta be
received,
our
ADT calls the local authorities for help.
Okay.
And you can get this monitored protection plus great local service starting at just over $1 a day. And
You're our
only
security
ADT
system.
offers
Yes,
a
you
theft
are.
protection guarantee.
Take it from me. The time to think about a security system isn't after something bad happens.
You are our
It's before.
security system.
Call now and get one of our best values. ADT's Quick Connect Plus system installed for
People are
$99.
scared of you, that's for
Hurry
sure.
and take advantage of these savings. ADT, always there.
Except the UPS man
This
is.
week's Intelligent
And the mailman
is brought
is.
to you in high definition.
You're not supposed to make friends with strangers.
Teddy Bruschi is back with us to do the sequel to his highly acclaimed Hierarchy of Mediocrity, Part 2. We call it the Hierarchy of Superiority. That was kind of nice name to it, Teddy, doesn't it?
Yes.
Right now, there are 11 teams that are above 500 in the NFL. So we want you to rank them, and I want to start from the bottom up. So tell me who you got through 11 to 6.
Well, a lot of good football teams still left. So starting at 11, Lindsay, I'm going to go with the Arizona Cardinals. It's still a team that's already got one quarterback injured, okay, and still
The Cardinals were 4-0, and now they're 4-3.
You saw them struggle last night. They're searching for answers. The Ravens are at 9 because of the injury situation. It's just a lot to go through when you lose your best corner, and of course Ray Lewis. Seahawks got to prove they can win on the road consistently. The Patriots, big problems in the defensive secondary. That's why they're at 7. And the 49ers are at 6 because...
Wow, you took the 49ers out of the top 5.
It's tough to duplicate the magic that they had last year. Alex Smith, the few amount of interceptions he threw last year, they were plus 28 in the turnover ratio. They aren't creating those type of turnovers at that type of frequency right now. So that's why I got the 49ers.
So you're saying they set the bar a little bit high for
They did.
themselves.
It's hard to live up to that 2 years in a row.
So the 49ers, one of the teams out of the top 5. Take us through now your top 5 teams. Who's up there?
The Giants.
Starting at number 5, I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers. And why the Packers are 5? Because I think they're relishing the role of everyone jumping off of the bandwagon and then everyone sort of coming back on now. They're sort of the underdog. They're starting to take this role that, okay, nobody thinks we can do it
that
anymore.
means the
Now
Giants
let's show
in the
them.
top
They
4?
have a prove-it mentality now,
probably
and I
have
think
them in
they're
the top
relishing
2.
that. So they are my number 5 team right there. Going to number 4, I'm going to go with the Chicago Bears. This defense may be the best in the league. They're leading the league in turnover ratio, the most important stat in football. Special teams units are solid also. I think Jay Cutler knows he just doesn't have to mess it up, but he does have the weapons if he's ever needed to be a high-powered offense. Chicago Bears at number 4. Okay, number 3, I'm going with the Texans here, Lindsay, at number 3. Listen, at a point you look at
that means the Falcons must be number 1. Sure.
They run the ball.
Falcons is number 1.
They haven't proved it to me on
Falcons
the big
be number
stage.
1.
I need a little more consistency, and that's why they're at number 3. A little bit of a surprise at number 2 here, okay? I'm going to go with the
Falcons number 2?
Atlanta Falcons.
Why are you doing that? You're nuts.
I just think they can be had. All right, I think the Atlanta Falcons, I think it's a tough matchup this week versus the Philadelphia Eagles coming off a bye. Also, this is a team that, and they're smart, they're leading in the fewest amount of penalties. Matty Ice is playing well, but I just think there are other teams out there that are better. And the one team that's better than these guys is the New York Giants. They're my number 1 team because
Eddie
battle-tested,
Bruschi.
they're true, they're mentally
Patriots, former Patriots player,
played.
played, got beat by the Giants in the Super Bowl, I believe.
Perry Peel, it's not just 4 rushers up there.
And he's picking New Giants #1. What is wrong with you?
Are my #1 team in the NFL.
But, you know, history would favor the Falcons. 20 of the 37 teams that started 6-0 were the last team to be undefeated, went on to make the Super Bowl.
Yeah, NFL players really don't care about history.
Okay, well, thank you, then. All right, Zeddy, happy Friday to you, my friend.
Don't
Well, there you
care
go.
about
So wrapping up
history,
what his
wow.
list looks like. I appreciate that, Knock Teddy. The Giants, they also have clearly a tough divisional game this week on the road against the Cowboys, who are 3-3. Hierarchy of superiority. How do you top that? What do you do?
I don't think there will be a part 3. I hope you enjoy it.
Correct. When Derrick Rose played at Chicago Simeon High School, he wore number 25 in honor of Benji Wilson, the prep superstar who was gunned down by gang members in the 1980s. This past summer, Chicago faced another surge in gun and gang-related murders, and it deeply affected Rose. He had an emotional breakdown at an Adidas promotional event in September. In a conversation with Rachel Nichols, Rose discusses curbing the violence in his hometown.
So is he from Chicago?
That moment you had last month that affected so many people. Tell me just sort of what happened that day.
I just try to be myself, and I'm just a real person where I'm someone that knows where I came from. Like, no one in my neighborhood ever be talking to you right now. I know that at 23 I know a lot of stuff, or I look at stuff different, and I know where it could be.
What about the connection, everything that's been going on here in Chicago over the summer? I mean, you've got a jump in the homicide rate, kids dying that are the kids, like the kids you grew up with. What is that like to see and hear
It's
now?
a different era where respect, I know in Chicago, it's a different world, for real, where respect is out the window. Where if you get someone to respect you, that's a lot now in Chicago. Especially with you talking about kids from the age of 13 to 17, and I know that I'm trying my hardest to, where no matter what it is, me working hard, me writing stuff on Twitter or whatever, just gonna try to be positive.
Is it hard not to be able to be on the court and be visible at a time when a lot of kids in your city might be able to use someone like you to look up to?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's definitely hard not being out there, but just making sure that people see me, seeing what I'm doing. I know people in Chicago follow everything that I do, so like I said, just trying to stay strong, clean. I'm not perfect at all. I'm just like everyone else, but just for these kids' sake, I would say I'm just gonna try to stay positive.
Your son is going to grow up so different than you did.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Can you even describe night and day how different it's going to be?
He won't have to worry about finding something to eat, because I try to make everything as clean as possible. He won't have to find anything to eat. So, and that's something that I had to do when I was younger. So I think that's a great start.
Well, Derrick Rose is still recovering from the torn ACL in his left knee. He had surgery in May, and the typical recovery is 8 to 12 months. The Bulls will open the season against the Kings this Wednesday.
I mean, how does he get that wide open? I could have
Giant weekend
caught
in the
that pass and
NFL
ran in the
marquee
end zone.
quarterback matchups as the season hits its midpoint. Teddy Bruschi picks Sunday's slate coming up. The underdog Giants turn home field advantage into a 2-game lead. To find out if Motown will be rocking as Annabelle Sanchez takes the mound in Game 3.
Annabelle Sanchez.
At Residence Inn, you have room to spread out. Room
Well,
to play.
I guess lunch was okay. Still a little hungry, but
Room to chill.
I don't feel like cooking anything else. When we do recycle.
Room to dream sweetly. And
What?
to unwind. because it's
You
not
two little children,
it's a
two little beggars.
Residence Inn.
They want to lick the plate. There's not much to lick on here.
Over 5 million new jobs. Exports up 41%. Home values rising. Our auto industry back.
Back. I don't know about
Not
that.
there yet, but we've made real progress. The last thing we should do is turn back now. Here's my goal.
Okay, who wants it? Sit.
Making education and training a national priority. Building our
Goku.
boosting American-made energy.
Sit. You didn't sit.
Cut where we can and asking
Sit.
people to pay a little more.
Stay.
Ending the war in Afghanistan.
Lay.
Nation building here at home.
Lay.
That's the right path.
Goku, you didn't lay. You don't get it. Jade gets it.
And decide which is better for you.
Goku, let's try again. Sit.
And that's
Sit.
your vote. So together,
Lay. Lay. Good boy. Good boy. Okay, you get to lick it. Told you there wasn't much. Get some water. Get some water. I know those pork skins are hot. Hot, hot, hot. What? I don't have no other food. You wanna go outside?
Come in today to take control
You wanna go outside?
of the economy.
Huh?
Get free one-on-one help from America's
Oh, okay, okay. Hey. Save it for when you're outside. Go on, get out of here. Go. Oh, man. Crazy dogs. Oh, she had to go get her football. And she says, you cannot take this from me. You can try all you want. Hey, get out of that dirt. No digging.
Visit WatchESPN.com or download the Watch ESPN app.
Oh, I missed my Cowboy ESPN commercials. No. No digging.
And you can buy your insurance online or over the phone with a low down payment and monthly payments as low as $39.
Quit. Go on. Quit digging. Go on, Jade. Go on. Here. Go get it. You ain't gonna go get it? What are you doing? Get away from there. You're not. Quit digging. Goku got it. Uh-oh. You getting stung by a bee or something? Uh-oh. He says, where'd that bee go? I'm gonna get him. You better get that bee. Quit digging. Okay, he says, what stung me? I'm gonna get you. Y'all are funny.
Time for a Sports Center right now. One night, now the suddenly small ball Giants go up 2-0 in the best of 7 against the Tigers after a 2-0 win last night. The World Series shifts to Detroit.
What are y'all doing? Standing there. Go play.
And for more on the series, let's talk to a couple insiders. For start in Detroit, Jim Price is the Tigers radio color commentator.
Jim Price. Is the price right or wrong?
Champions. Jim, I want to get your thoughts on a couple of key decisions from the Tigers last night.
Y'all are boring.
Fielder to score from first in
Somebody needs to cut that grass.
to take the double play in the 7th with a scoreless.
Go on.
Well, you know, the way our offense is going,
Well, you know.
I really thought it was a good play trying to send Prince in.
Look at Tubby run.
Weren't swinging the bat at all. And I think
That's a big dude.
trying to score early. The Giants did it. Parkey could have hit the third cutoff man.
I mean, he was out barely, but if he would have slid a little differently, he would have been safe. Let me guess, you want back in. Fine. Come on. Okay, make up your mind. What are y'all doing? Bang, bang, play. Jade, you want to show off your tricks? Huh? You want to do your tricks in front of the camera? Well, she don't have anything unless you have a treat. So, we're going to take a treat. Break it in a couple of pieces.
Let's talk about hitting on lack thereof.
Yeah.
13 of the last 14 batters.
Let's see, she's got to have room. She said, give me some room in here. Let's see if this is Let's try this. Jade. Bang! Yeah, she's dead. Stay. Bang! Good girl. Good girl. Now, Goku, can you do it? Goku. Goku. Sit. Sit. No, not you, Jade. Well, here, just take it. What a mess. What a mess. What a mess. I think I've had enough of this.